A man stands in an ancient marketplace carrying grain. Another man owns cattle. A third makes shoes. All three need something from each other. But there is a problem. The man with cattle does not want grain. The shoemaker does not need cattle. The farmer does not want shoes today. Trade becomes slow, frustrating, complicated. And thousands of years ago, human civilization encountered a problem powerful enough to reshape the future of humanity forever. How do strangers exchange value efficiently? That problem led to one of the greatest inventions in human history: money. Today, money controls almost every part of modern civilization. People spend decades working for it. Countries rise and collapse because of it. Wars are influenced by it. Relationships change because of it. Yet perhaps the strangest thing about money is this: money itself has no natural value. A paper bill is just paper. A digital number inside a bank account is invisible. Even gold only matters because human beings collectively decided it matters. And somehow, billions of people trusted enough to organize civilization around it. Why? For most of human history, money did not exist. Early human beings survived through direct exchange: food for tools, labor for protection, animals for resources. This system is called barter, and in small tribes, barter worked reasonably well. But as societies grew larger, barter created enormous problems. Imagine trying to buy a house using chickens, or attempting to trade fish for medicine. Civilization itself became too complicated for direct exchange alone. Human beings needed something simpler, something portable, something trusted, something everyone accepted. Humanity needed a shared symbol of value. At first, different civilizations experimented with many unusual forms of money. Across history, societies used salt shells, cattle beads, grain silver stones as currency. Interestingly, these objects were chosen carefully. Good money needed important qualities: durability, scarcity, portability, recognizability, and eventually, precious metals became dominant, especially gold. Gold fascinated human beings for thousands of years, not because it solved survival directly, but because it possessed rare qualities. Gold does not rust. It lasts for centuries. It is difficult to fake, and it is naturally scarce. But perhaps the real reason gold became powerful was psychological. Human beings trusted it, and trust is the real foundation of all money systems. Around 600 BCE, one of the first official coin systems appeared in the Kingdom of Lydia in modern-day Turkey. For the first time, governments standardized money officially. Coins carried symbols guaranteeing value. This changed civilization dramatically. Now strangers could trade without personally knowing one another. Money allowed trust to expand beyond villages and tribes, and perhaps this was one of the moments human civilization truly accelerated. Trade expanded across continents. Markets grew larger. Empires became wealthier. Money transformed human cooperation forever. Before money, most human cooperation remained local. After money, complete strangers could cooperate economically across enormous distances. A person could buy food from someone they would never meet using symbols everyone trusted collectively. This changed human history permanently, but money continued evolving. Eventually, carrying large amounts of gold became dangerous and impractical. So paper money emerged. At first, many people distrusted it, understandably. A gold coin at least contained physical value. Paper seemed meaningless, but paper money represented stored gold held elsewhere. The paper itself symbolized value, and slowly people realized something fascinating. Most individuals never collected the gold itself. They trusted the paper alone. This changed money forever, because at that moment, money became less about physical objects and more about collective belief. And perhaps this is the deepest truth about money. Money works because human beings collectively agree that it works. Civilization itself depends partly on shared psychological trust. Today, modern money became even more abstract. Most money no longer exists physically at all. It exists digitally: numbers on screens, invisible systems inside banks and financial networks. And yet those invisible numbers determine survival, housing, healthcare, education, power, opportunity for billions of people. This creates one of the strangest realities in human civilization. Entire societies operate through symbolic systems built largely on trust and belief. If trust disappears, money collapses psychologically. History proves this repeatedly. In ancient Rome, emperors secretly reduced precious metal content inside coins. Eventually, people noticed. Trust weakened. Economic instability followed. Centuries later, Germany experienced hyperinflation after World War I. Money lost value so rapidly that people carried wheelbarrows full of cash just to buy food. At one point, some children reportedly used worthless banknotes as toys. The money still physically existed, but belief disappeared, and without belief, money becomes paper. Perhaps this reveals something extraordinary about human beings. Human civilization functions because billions of strangers trust invisible systems together. Money may be one of humanity's greatest collective psychological inventions, but money also changed human behavior deeply. Once value became measurable numerically, comparison intensified. People increasingly measured success, power, status, achievement through wealth. Money became more than exchange. It became symbolic identity. Modern society intensified this dramatically. Today, money influences social status, attraction, opportunity, influence, lifestyle. People often judge others financially before understanding them personally, because the human brain associates money with security, survival, power, deeply and emotionally. Advertising and modern capitalism amplified this further. Companies realized people do not simply buy products logically. People buy emotionally. A luxury car sells status. A watch sells identity. Brands sell social meaning. Money became psychological language. Social media accelerated this even more. Visible wealth now appears constantly online. Luxury homes, expensive vacations, designer fashion, millionaire lifestyles. And slowly, many people began comparing their entire lives financially to curated images on screens. Yet despite all its power, money still contains limitations. Money can buy comfort, convenience, security, opportunity. But history repeatedly shows it cannot automatically create meaning, love, peace, belonging. Some wealthy individuals remain emotionally empty. Some financially struggling individuals still experience deep joy and connection, because human fulfillment extends beyond economics alone. Still, modern civilization could barely function without money. Imagine trying to coordinate billions of people globally through barter alone. Money allows strangers to cooperate on massive scale efficiently. Without it, trade slows economies, weakens civilization struggles. Money became the operating system of human civilization, invisible, yet influencing almost everything. Now humanity enters another transformation: digital banking, cryptocurrency, cashless societies, artificial intelligence managing financial systems. Money continues evolving rapidly, and once again, the future depends on trust, because whether money is gold, paper, digital code, its true foundation remains the same: collective human belief. Perhaps the most fascinating thing about money is not that human beings invented it. Perhaps it is that billions of strangers continue trusting symbolic systems strongly enough to organize entire civilizations around them. Because in the end, money is not truly gold, paper, or numbers. Money is shared imagination, powerful enough to shape the modern world. So perhaps the real question is not, what is money? Perhaps the real question is, why are human beings willing to believe in it so deeply?